Yeah, your
Okay.
thoughts. Just obviously filling some pretty big shoes with the guy that came before you and trying to.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of big shoes. I mean, that's all everyone wants to talk about. But personally, I just do me. I mean, I've always been a little bit of a different kicker, I guess you could say, given I've only kicked for about 5 or 6 years now. I just like to rely on my calm attitude, my strong work ethic as far as showing up every day ready to compete no matter who I'm going against, if it's a real game or practice. And I think really I've matured a lot within the past 3 years sitting behind Catman and everyone else.
Talk about the pressure situations that you could be put in. Obviously, 2 of those first 3 games, I mean, they could absolutely come down to a kick to win the game in games of that magnitude.
Oh, I mean, no doubt. I mean, every night I go to sleep just thinking about it, and it's pretty exciting, I'm not going to lie. I look forward to it, to be honest. I've always felt as if pressure, like, encouraged my abilities to, I don't know. Personally, I feel calm in pressure more than anything. It's more difficult for me personally to show up to practice every day with a strong attitude and ready to go. I mean, game days I've always felt like I'd be ready. So,
where's that mentality come from to feel calm in pressure-packed situations? There's not a lot of athletes that I think would admit to that and where you would believe it when they said it.
Yeah, well, personally, I mean, I haven't really proved myself on the field, I guess, in college, but I felt in high school. I mean, I had, I don't know, 2 game winners my senior year. But personally, I think it just comes with years of experience going against soccer players at whatever high level it was. I mean, I played on different, like, all-star teams, I guess you could say, that traveled to Brazil, Argentina, Portugal. I played in front of kids who signed professional contracts probably a couple years after we played them. And I've always just felt as if, I don't know, I personally, like, embraced higher competition and people going against me that were better than me. Like, I just loved proving people wrong, honestly.
What got you into football? You said you only been doing it 5 years. How did that all take place?
Well, freshman year, my kicking coach, my kicking coach now, was my 9th grade teacher, English teacher, and he was like, "Hey, I hear you got a strong leg. Come out and kick." And I was like, "Nah, that's not for me. I want to go play soccer." And I held that mentality until about my junior year when they didn't have a kicker on the football team, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it, but soccer comes first. And my junior year into my senior year, I found out my ankles just weren't going to hold up anymore playing college soccer, so I just decided, hey, you know, it's about time. Like, I just focus on football. I feel like this is the way I got to go. I mean, when one door closes, another one opens, so I just took it seriously from then on, and it got me here, so I guess I did something right.
Who was the coach?
His name's Brian Holmes. He kicked, he's not very well known, I guess, in the kicking world because he's got like an accounting job, but he kicked for Stanford University and then for the Falcons and the Panthers for like a couple years or so.
You miss soccer?
Oh, every day. But I mean, I get out here and I kick balls, so I mean it's close enough to it.
You said you're a different kicker. Kickers are already inherently different.
Yeah.
What makes you even more different as a kicker?
Well, you just have to come before a game and watch me just kick that football. I mean, I just have this like feel for like any ball, just using my feet. I mean, I trust my feet more than my hands, honestly. And I guess like a lot of kickers are real anal with their technique, and I am pretty anal with it, but more or less I just trust my instincts to kick a ball where I want it to go. And I think that separates me from a lot of kickers who've been growing up using fundamentals and stuff. I just kind of, I don't know, just kicking the ball.
Hey, it's the grind. He can't. It's killing us over here.
So, I mean, I don't know if that answered your question.
Yes, it does.
So other guys who are like have played football forever or like football players, I mean, how do you relate to those guys? I mean,
Well,
is it a good deal?
I've always felt like I was a pretty personable guy, but I definitely had to learn a mindset, especially in the weight room. Coming here with all these guys who want to throw up heavy weights and stuff, and it's taken me a while to adapt, but I think I've grown to embrace my niche as that kicker, you know, who's just like, wow, like you see him do some stuff with his feet and you're just like, okay, like, I mean, especially the game of FIFA, the video game, everyone's been like, wow, man, like you used to do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I don't know, like I've grown to become like great friends with all these football players. I mean, I know a bunch of guys over there playing soccer, like I played against them growing up and stuff, and personally, I just try to embrace my role as the kicker because, I mean, we're different. Like, any kicker will say it. Like, we're specialists, you know. We just got to be ready to be called upon in the game.
So your first introduction to Clemson was like being recruited for soccer,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I came here on a visit my junior year. I got offered like 30% or so. That was that time where I transformed my focus from soccer to football. Between those next couple months, that summer was when I decided that football was the way to go. But yeah, I hadn't been to a Clemson game until Troy when I watched Sammy and everyone else. Like, that was my first Clemson game, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.